am a God.
I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands.
Kanye West, a name synonymous with groundbreaking music, innovative fashion, and headline-making statements. His journey to Christianity was as dramatic as his career. In 2019, he launched the Sunday Service Choir, a gospel group that captivated audiences with its unique blend of hip-hop and traditional gospel music. His album, Jesus is King, topped charts and brought his faith into the spotlight. Kanye spoke passionately about his newfound faith, expressing a desire to spread the gospel through his music.
I know that God's been calling me for a long time, and the devil's been distracting me for a long time. And when I was, in my lowest points, God was there with me and sending me visions and inspiring me. And I remember sitting in the hospital at UCLA after having a mental breakdown, and there's documentations of me drawing a church and start a church in the middle of Calabasas.
Kanye's testimony was powerful. It resonated with many and inspired countless individuals. However, this period of spiritual fervor also came with challenges that were perhaps unexpected. Despite his enthusiasm and devotion, Kanye's path as a Christian was not without its difficulties. This brings us to a critical point that many Christians, new and old, grapple with: the misconception that accepting Christ guarantees a life free of hardship.
What is the mechanism that is malfunctioning or is taking a break in your brain?
Kanye's life continued to be tumultuous. Public scrutiny, personal struggles, and the pressures of his career did not relent. In fact, they seemed to be intensified. For someone as public as Kanye, every misstep was magnified, every failure broadcasted. This constant barrage of challenges can be overwhelming for anyone, let alone someone navigating a newly found faith.
You can be praying and doing what you think you should be doing, and yet it doesn't get any better for a long time. Our expectations are a big part of how you handle suffering. The suffering may not be your fault, but false expectations, the idea that, well, now that I'm following Jesus, bad things really can't happen to me, even though they happen to Jesus, but they won't happen to me. That's not what the Bible says. That's not what Jesus says.
Kanye, like many new Christians, may have struggled with this reality. The initial euphoria of conversion, the sense of purpose and belonging, can sometimes obscure the ongoing nature of spiritual growth and the trial that accompanies it. It's important to understand that living Christianity, especially for someone as high profile as Kanye, is not a simple decision. It is often the result of profound internal conflict and unmet expectations. For Kanye, his belief that his newfound faith would shield him from life's adversities are likely a significant factor in his decision to step away.
I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands.
In various interviews and social media posts, Kanye hinted at his frustration and disillusionments. The pressure of maintaining his faith amidst public scrutiny, coupled with personal and professional challenges, created a turbulent environment.
half the pain that you're experiencing is not from the suffering, it's from those false expectations. How could this be happening? It shouldn't happen to me. A servant is not above his master or her master.
The reality of Christian faith is that it's a journey, not a destination. It is filled with ups and downs, joys and sorrows, triumphs and trials. Kanye's experience highlights a critical lesson for all believers: the importance of grounding one's faith in the truth of the gospel, rather than the expectation of a problem-free life. For Kanye, the initial zeal of his conversion might have been overshadowed by the harsh realities of life. It's a reminder for us all to support new believers in their walk with Christ, helping them to understand that while faith produces hope and strength, it does not exempt us from life's trial. Christianity offers a community, a fellowship of believers who can provide support, guidance, and encouragement. For someone like Kanye, integrating into such a community can be challenging, but it's essential for spiritual growth and resilience. So, why did Kanye leave Christianity? While we may never fully understand his personal struggles and decisions, his journey serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of realistic expectations in our faith. Christianity is not a ticket to a trouble-free life, but a path to spiritual growth and eternal hope. Let us keep Kanye in our prayers, as we do for all who struggle in their faith. And let us remember the words of Romans 5:3-4. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Thank you for watching. If you have found this video insightful, do make sure to watch this one next.